Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivia and this is my channel where I love to talk about all things nail polish. And today's video is one of the videos in my Did I Nail It series, where I take a look at upcoming nail polish releases and use polishes that I already own to see if I can dupe some of the ones that are coming up. It's a good way for me to make sure that I'm looking at what I own first and trying to prevent myself from buying yet another, say, like sparkly purple polish, because goodness knows I've got way too many of those. Yeah, and these videos, if you're new here, are something I encourage viewers to follow along if you like, and you know, pull out some swatch sticks, pull out a swatch wheel, and as we go throughout these polishes, see what you've got in your own collection and what you might be able to combine, and see what kind of result you can get. So if you're unfamiliar with Hella Handmade Creations, or HHC, it's a monthly shop that opens every month between the 14th and the 21st. So in this case, it's going to be open between November 14th to the 21st. And it's a place where indie nail polish creators, other types of cosmetic makers come together and create these limited edition products that will be available during that window that the shop is open. And y'all, when I was looking at the listings for this month, there's a lot on there this month. I think part of it is that there is a section that's devoted to charity polishes, which I always think is, you know, a fantastic thing to have. And by the way, all the polishes that I'm trying to dupe in today's video are the ones that are not in the charity section, because I didn't want to touch those. I want to encourage you all, like, if you are going to buy something from HHC this month, I encourage you to take a look at the charity polishes, and I think that's a good place to begin as you're shopping. So yeah, there's just a lot there, and so knowing that I don't have the time to try to dupe everything, the way I decided to structure and plan the polishes I chose for today's video would be to choose polishes that are different than the ones that I've done in other Did I Nail It videos already, because I mean, like, it would be easy for me to just do the same thing over and over. But part of why I make the thumbnail for my videos to show the swatch wheel is so that if you are going back through the playlist and you're trying to see, like, okay, like there's in this month's HHC, there's this like blue polish with this kind of flaky in there, but Olivia didn't do that one, but let me see if she did something similar in one of her older videos. So I encourage you to look through the playlist and see if there's something there that also catches your eye that might be able to help you with what you're doing now. So yeah, we've got a lot of fun adventure ahead of us in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. The first polish that I'm going to try to dupe for this month is from Ribbits Stickits, called Never Conjure Where You Carve. And it's described as having a creamy light brown curly base with black flakies, a touch of green reflective glitters, and green to blue shifting magnetic pigment. Now, there's a number of reasons why I decided to start with this one first. One being that I love green nail polish, and I'm always trying to encourage more people to wear green. And also I saw that in the description on the website, it says that there's a cap of 75 polishes for this one. So if you're new to these monthly polish drops like HHC, where it says the cap, that means that's the maximum number of bottles that will be available for sale. And 75 is a relatively, like, it's on the lower side. So I wanted to include this polish in today's video in case this polish happens to sell out, then I'll hopefully have another alternative that you all can consider. So you'll see here that I've already swatched out 3 of the nails here, and let me explain what I've done. On the left, we have a darker, slightly darker brown jelly from Crack Polish called Liquid Smoke. This is such a versatile polish, by the way. It's wonderful for times where you want like something dark and moody, but you don't want like harsh black. I highly recommend Liquid Smoke. Then on the right, I've got a jelly, like a nice beige tan one from Cert Colors called, I think that's pronounced Voile. Voile. Well, we're just gonna go with that. And what I've done here, on the left is 2 coats of Liquid Smoke. On the right is 2 coats of Voile, and in the middle is, so far, 1 coat of Liquid Smoke, because I have the feeling that what might end up happening here is that based on the color that I'm seeing of that light brown crelly base in the photo, I'm thinking that the correct base color is going to be somewhere in the middle. So in the middle, so far I've got 1 coat of Liquid Smoke, and now I'm going to put on 1 coat of Voile. Why do I keep saying it like that? Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, that's exactly it. That looks really similar. It's got this like, I guess the one on the left, Liquid Smoke, looks more like chocolate milk, I would describe it as, but in the middle, I can't quite think of what I would describe this one as. But y'all, this would actually make a really cute Skittle gradient. Okay, I'm here for like unlocking new things to do with nail polish. All right, so we've got that done, check. The next thing I'm seeing in the description, it says there's black flakies. So y'all who've been watching my videos a lot, it should come as no surprise. I have pulled out cracked polish mascara flakes, and actually my original bottle of mascara flakes is down so low. Let me actually pull that one over so I can show y'all. This is my first bottle of mascara flakes, and you can see just how low that fill line is, and I had to pull out my backup bottle because it was just becoming way too difficult to keep tilting that bottle. So I'm gonna go in and put a coat of mascara flakes so that we can get that the part that says we need some black flakies. As I'm doing this, I'll also mention that one of the great things about going through this kind of duping exercise is that, let's say it might be the case that you're looking at a polish like Never Conjure Where You Carve, and you think, yeah, that's a really nice polish. I like most of what I'm seeing there, but I wish that I could just tweak it a little bit. Like I wish that the brown base could be a little bit darker or a little bit lighter. In that case, like, you can see you've got some really good options here. And yeah, as I'm building this up, I can tell that I think that middle one is probably gonna be where we end up with this. Now, going back to the description, it says there's a touch of green reflective glitters. I do not have a green reflective glitter topper, so I'm just going to skip over that. And green to blue shifting magnetic pigment. Now, I've got, you know, before I talk about this, it's interesting that it says green to blue, because as I'm looking at the reference photos here, I'm not seeing blue as much. I mean, in some of them it's there, but I'm primarily seeing green. So I've got here Fancy Gloss green magnetic top coat, and this it's like a true emerald green, so we're not really going to see any blue shifts, but I think that this should be enough to show us or to get us very close to what's going on in Never Conjure Where You Carve. So I'm gonna put this on top of there, and I love this because I never would have thought to combine these colors together like this, but I really do like what I'm seeing here. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, that turned out really well. I'm gonna do the one with Voile next, because I think the middle one is gonna be the winner, and I want to save that for the end so we can do a big reveal, you know. Okay, let me do Voile I really should have gone to Google Translate and figured out how to pronounce that word, because I think it's French, but I don't know what it means. I'm sorry. Okay. While this is magnetizing, I will say, like, you can see just how responsive and reactive this Fancy Gloss magnetic top coat is, and I'm very happy to see, as I'm using this, it's not really leaving behind too much of a dark cast. I mean, if you look, like, I would say immediately above and below the green magnetic line, you can see a hint of gray that's peeking in there, but I mean, if you were just looking at your hands from far away, I don't think that's something that would be so noticeable to be a deal breaker for using this. So if you have not yet shopped at Fancy Gloss, I highly recommend them for so many of their polished finishes, but especially if you're looking for this kind of magnetic topper in a variety of different colors. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be the one. Like, typically in these videos, I like to start with one that I think is gonna be a success, so that I can start off in a positive way and then move on and see what happens next. Oh, look at that. I think I did it. Okay, to answer the question, did I nail it? Yes, absolutely, with the one in the middle. And, you know, speaking of that gray cast that I mentioned, I think that it actually works in the favor of this middle swatch, in that it bumps down the shading of it just enough to make it look even closer to what we're going for with Never Conjure Where You Carve. So I'm very happy with this, and for those of y'all who want this polish, but maybe if you happen to miss out on it, don't worry, I think this is a pretty solid dupe. So let's see what's coming up next. Up next is Nothing Basic Regal. This one is described as being an orange yellow magnetic with purple aurora shimmer. Okay, so I love magnetics, I love purple, so here we are. Now, for this one, it probably should come as no surprise that looking at the reference photo, I knew that to start off with, I needed to pull out Lurid Lacquer's Indomitable. And in this case, I have put down 2 coats on each of these. That gets you to pretty good opacity. And as far as the magnetics, so it says the description of Regal, it's an orange yellow magnetic with purple aurora shimmer. Okay, so orange and yellow. We're gonna test some stuff out. So the first option that I have for a magnetic topper, you know, when I was just saying about Fancy Gloss and the green magnetic topper, this is a brass magnetic topper. I have not actually tried this out yet, so yay for science. We're gonna see how that looks over one of these. And then on the other side, I'm gonna do Starly Magma. This one, as you can see, is very nice, rich brown, but it does have hints of orange and yellow in there. So I'm curious to see, when I put each of these on here, which colors will emerge as victorious, I guess you could say. So let's start on the left with the Fancy Gloss Brass Magnetic Topper. Yeah, and I bought this one recently because I realized that I needed to fill a void in my collection where I didn't really have a magnetic topper of this color. So let's see how this looks. Just gonna wait for a moment here to see. And I will say, just like with the green magnetic topper, what I'm seeing so far that I love is that it doesn't leave you with a too much of like a gray cast there. I mean, especially if you compare left and right, so just focusing on the purple for Indomitable, like that's really good. Like we get the clear like brass yellow line there, but without that, you know, diffusing over the rest of it. So that's pretty good, and looks very similar to what I'm seeing in the photo for Regal. Now let's try out Magma. I also really like this color contrast there, like that brass magnetic topper stands out very well. I will say though, and this is something I noticed with when I was using the green magnetic topper, that line, the magnetic line, is not as like thick or as prominent as I would like it to be. So what I'm gonna do, at least for the fancy gloss one, once this dries a bit, I'm gonna go back over it with a second coat to see if that might give it a thicker line. But first, let's see how it goes when we put Starly Magma on top of Indomitable. Just gonna put a little bit more in here. Yeah, I can never resist a purple nail polish, so it's always good for me to do these dupes as a way of telling myself, Olivia, you do not need more. You can make this from what you already have. Step away from the shopping cart. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, you know what? This is why we're testing this out. This did not end up being as prominent and bright as I was hoping that it would. In this lighting, at least, that magnetic line is just kind of disappearing a bit into Indomitable. And okay, you know, knowing how much time and effort it can take to work with magnetic nail polishes, for me, like if I'm wearing magnetic nail polish right now, if I'm going to go through the effort to do this, I want it to be something like this, where it clearly stands out and shows as magnetic. I personally would not do it for this kind of combination where you can barely see that it's like a magnetic line. But beyond that, I do think that the brass magnetic topper is closer in color. So I want to see if, like what I said earlier, if I add on a second coat of this here, will that make a difference? And as this is magnetizing, I'll also mention that something that I typically do in my videos is that I put on the DRK magic effect that helps to give a more like crisp magnetic line. I tend to do that off camera, but I've already done that for the first 3 from the previous dupe attempt, so it might look a little bit like a tighter line. Okay, yeah, I think that actually, we'll see how it looks after I put magic effect on there. But for now, did I nail it when it comes to Regal? I kind of sort of think so here. Like, something I often will mention as well in these videos that I think is very important to keep in mind is the size of the bottles that are being sold. And I'm noticing that in the listing for Regal, it says that it's an 11 milliliter bottle, which is a bit smaller than what I consider to be the standard of like 15 milliliters. And it has a cap of 300. So I'm not sure how much it's at risk of selling out, but I just mentioned the bottle size because I know some people may buy multiples of a single polish to kind of make up for the fact that it's coming in a smaller bottle. So just keep that in mind as you're building your wish list. But if this one does happen to sell out on HHC, I feel like this could be a viable dupe option. So let's see what we've got next. Next we have Drogon from Moonshine Manny, which is a deep teal filled with purple to violet iridescent flakes and a fiery red copper gold magnetic glow. Okay, so I'm just going to start by saying often when I film these videos, sometimes I come across a polish that makes me want to make a sound effect because I'm someone who I just kind of go through life and make random sound effects. And like the other day when I was filming one that was talking about a vampire, I almost made vampire sounds. And now I kind of want to just be like, Dracarys, ah! So I had to get that out of my system. Okay, so what I've done here is that I've swatched out on each of these nails 3 coats of a gorgeous teal turquoise flaky polish from Hollow Taco called Wait a Minute. And you can see that it's giving us a very similar kind of color to what's going on in Drogon. However, as I'm looking at the reference photos here, it seems that Drogon has these flakes that don't sit up like we're seeing here with Wait a Minute. They're more encapsulated. And I wanted to see if I could get even closer to that look by putting a green jelly topper over one of these, and this would be Emily Damali Sheer Tint Forest. It's not the exact color match as what's going on in Drogon, but I mean, we're just gonna see what will happen here. Okay, oh, that's getting it closer there. That's kind of nice. I was about to say, wait a minute, but because that's the name of the polish. I'm sorry, I'm extra punchy right now with my jokes and everything. Okay, so I'm gonna let that one sit for a bit, and yeah, I think this is a very good comparison there. I mean, this is even giving me an idea for how I might want to wear Wait a Minute the next time that I wear it as a manicure. Like put a green topper over it and give it like this nice more pond effect look. Now, let's move on to the magnetic part of this. Again, the description of Drogon says it has a fiery red copper gold magnetic glow. So when I read that, I thought, especially because we're talking about a dragon here, I think that's my dragon sound, we'll see. I decided to pull out Crack Polish's Scorchy, which I feel fits that kind of description to a T. So let's see how this looks when I put Scorchy over top of just Wait a Minute, without the green jelly topper over it. My main question here is going to be, since we don't have that kind of like uniform green background, like what's going on with the one to the right, will this magnetic line show up prominently enough for us to be like, oh, okay, that actually looks very similar to Drogon. So let's see. Just give it a second. Ooh, y'all, look at that. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. Scorchy coming through. Okay, that is amazing. I really love the orange fiery glow we're getting from that magnetic line, but I do think that, like I said, as I was magnetizing it, this one here that I'm pointing at on the left really could benefit from having a more uniform background to help make the magnetic line stand out, because when you look at this, there's just a lot of flakes that are there, and there's nothing wrong with combining flakes and magnetics, but I think typically you do want to ensure that you can still, like, to do things in a way where you can see your magnetic effect in a way that isn't like kind of disrupted by what's underneath there. So let's put Scorchy over this one. I'm really hoping that this one works. Okay. I've got a good feeling about this. Y'all, if this works, can I do the Dracarys again? I think I might. We'll see. Like, not just if it works, but if it turns out to be like actually a really, really good dupe, I might have to say it. Okay, Dracarys or Drogon, because that's the name of this one. This is it. Okay, yeah. Did I nail this? Yeah, I did. That looks basically exactly like it. So to recap what I did here, I did 3 coats of Hollow Taco's Wait a Minute, followed by 1 coat of Emily Damali Sheer Tint Forest, and then I put Crack Polish Scorchy on top as the magnetic, and this is beautiful. So if you are thinking about purchasing this polish, but you want to test out what you already own, if you have these polishes in your collection or something similar, I would say give it a go. I think the maker of Moonshine Manny did a fantastic job in like pairing together this green and orange in a way that I never would have thought to do until now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing this as a full manicure myself at some point. Let's see what's coming up next. Next is Hangry Mode from Nailed It Nail Polish, which is described as having a deep violet base packed with red gold UCC flakies. Okay, I need to explain why I chose this one and for this video, and I promised it's not just because I love purple, but that is part of it. But I literally stopped in my tracks when I saw the photo for this listing and thought that is just stunning. And so this is one of the cases where you've got a polish that has absolutely gorgeous photos, and it has a name that's kind of like funny or cute, like Hangry Mode. I think there's a lot of people, myself included sometimes, who will buy a polish or be persuaded to buy a polish if the name is something that is kind of fun and quirky. So this polish has a couple things going for it. It's got excellent photos. It's got a really funny name, but it has a cap of 150. I would not be surprised if this polish might end up selling out during the week that the HHC shop is open. So that is why I wanted to make sure to include 3 different examples of how we can try to dupe this. Now to start with, I mean, that purple that's in the photo, it looks just like Indomitable that we used earlier. So Lurid Lacquer, Indomitable, and each of these nail swatches has 2 coats of Indomitable to get this level of opacity. And you know, when I said like don't like keep buying polishes that are ones that are dupes of what you already have, I mean, Exhibit A, like this is I'm just gonna say I have a thing for like gold brown flaky toppers. But I swear they're all different. First, we've got KB Shimmer, Take It or Leaf It. This one, if we take a look here, you can see the hints of like, I do see like some gold, red, and pink. So this one could be a really good contender for what's going on in Hangry Mode. Next is BCB Lacquers Come Little Children 2.0. This one, like I see the shifts, more so when I wiggle the bottle in a different direction. Like, it's not as prominent as what I saw in Take It or Leave It, but it is there. Also, part of why I pulled out Come Little Children 2.0 is that the flakes, oh, sorry, my hand is shaking here. Okay, there we go. I get shaky hands sometimes. Okay. Yeah, so you can see like the flakes and on the right are a different size, I would say, and we're going to confirm this when we swatch them out, but I also wanted to see if the size of the flakes would make a difference. And then lastly, we've got Crack Polish Pile of Leaves. Oh my goodness, this is just gorgeous. I mean, you've got definitely gold, pink. I even see some hints of green in here. I mean, and this is where you can even combine toppers on a single nail if you want to, but for today's purposes, we're just going to do one on each. So let's start with KB Shimmer, Take It or Leave It. And another thing that I'm looking to do is to see if I am building this up to the right level of coverage here. What I'm seeing in Hangry mode is that those flakes are really built up way more than what I've got here so far, almost to the point where, like, when you look at those reference photos for Hangry mode, the first thing that kind of pops out to me is the presence of the flakes. And then when I look longer, then I'm like, oh, there's also some purple underneath. So what I've got now is more so the opposite of that, where I'm like, oh, I've got purple. Oh, and there's some flakes on there too. So we're gonna need to build this up, is what I'm saying. Let's let that one dry. Let's go to the second one, the BCB Lacquers, Come Little Children 2.0. And oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a different consistency. And one of the things I talk about a lot on this channel is the importance of, like, becoming more familiar with the polishes that you have in your collection and understanding when you might want to use one over the other for various use cases. So like, as I've got these two swatched out here, you can more clearly see the difference in what I was mentioning when I was looking at them just in the bottle. I'm thinking that for the purposes of Hangry mode, I have a feeling that Take It or Leave It on the left, building that one up some more, is going to get us closer to that, because even though on the right, or in the middle here, Come Little Children 2.0 is covering more of the purple, you know, to get back to that point that I just mentioned, but I'm not seeing the size of the flakes like I am in Hangry mode. So let's go on to Cracked Pile of Leaves and see what we got here. Also, I love this color combination. It's like having this purple base with these kind of gold and red flakes on top of it is just a stunning idea. So the maker was definitely onto something with this. Okay. We've got one coat here of Pile of Leaves, and I would say the consistency and the amount of coverage is very similar to what we've got in Take It or Leave It on the left. The main difference, though, would be in the colors that are prominent here. In short, so far, I would say that Take It or Leave It has darker flakes, whereas what I'm getting from the Cracked Pile of Leaves, these are a little bit lighter. And I think that for our purposes, I don't know, like, I'm thinking maybe Take It or Leave It is going to get us closer, but let's go ahead and see. All right, so going in for our second coat of Take It or Leave It. Put a little more in here. Oh yeah, okay, yep. That is making a difference there for sure. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you see how you're getting more of that coverage there. That's really good. I can definitely see this building up to more align with what's present in Hangry mode. Do I want to put another coat of the BCB over this? I mean, yeah, why not? Let's do it. YOLO. Do people still say that? I mean, I do, I think. Okay, here's a second coat of that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, no, no, I don't like this. I'm sorry. I'm over here laughing because I'm like halfway through like swiping on that second coat. I was like, no, I shouldn't, but I just had to commit. I followed through, and I don't know. You know what, we're just gonna move on. I'll have some thoughts on that one in a bit. I'm just gathering myself right now. Okay, let's go in and do a second coat of Pile of Leaves. Okay. All right. So I do like that Pile of Leaves is building up to better density there, but I would say if I had to answer the question of did I nail it with any of these, I think yes. I think that on the left, the better option that is looking closer to what's present in Hangry mode is going to be the Take It or Leave It. I mean, I'm almost tempted to build that up to one more coat. I'm looking at some other reference photos here to see. Okay, yeah, those flakes are thick on there. You know what? Okay, let's do that. I'm not gonna add one more on Pile of Leaves because I feel like that one built up already enough, but I'm seeing that I can push it a little bit further with Take It or Leave It. You know, it's like, should I put on more? Or should I leave it right there? Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't think I mentioned I'm filming this video later at night than I typically do. I have a flight tomorrow. I'm flying for a work trip to speak at a conference later this week, and I'm like, I want to make sure I film this before I go tomorrow. But yeah, being up a little bit later means that y'all unfortunately are stuck with like this version of me. Okay. But yeah, for real though, now that I have that third coat of Take It or Leave It on there, that like, especially as I angle this, it really does bring out those red and gold accents. So if you have Take It or Leave It and Indomitable in your collection, this is a fantastic dupe. Pile of Leaves, I do love this topper, but I think that Pile of Leaves tends to work better over like either lighter polishes or darker ones. There's just something about this particular shade of purple where it's just not a good fit, in my opinion. And lastly, it kind of looks like a potato. It like a sparkly purple potato, and you know what? I'm okay with that. So let's go on to the next one. Next is Crack Polish Murky Intentions. This one is described as having a murky green base with plum shimmers. So in these Did I Nail It videos, I often talk about how I'm trying to get outside of my comfort zone and explore duping other types of polishes that are outside of the realm of what I typically wear myself. And I know some people love the
kind of polishes that are often considered like prugly, the like pretty ugly, or however you want to think of it. And yeah, so this is kind of where we are for this one. Now, it says it has a murky green base with plum shimmers. I pulled this one in here because I thought this seems really doable, especially for those of y'all who might already have this kind of like olive green cream polish in your collection. And if you have some kind of shimmers, you can put on top of it. So let's see how this works. First, these two over here are Zoya Althea, and I swatched these out in 3 coats each. I thought that I would almost have the right like full level of opacity in just 2, but I will say as much as I love the color of this polish, the formula is a little bit streaky in those first 2 coats, but somehow magically for both of these, the 3rd coat just leveled everything out, and it was no problem. So I do recommend Althea as a good polish for this color. And I've got 2 color options for the shimmer. First is Fancy Gloss Let It Glow Red Pink, and then the other one is from Cracked. It is Petals on the Surface, which is a magnetic polish, but for today's test, I'm just going to keep it unmagnetized. Now, I really don't know how this is going to go. With Let It Glow Red Pink, there have been times where I put it on top of a polish and it's very subtle, which is what I want sometimes. Other times I put it on and it's just like bam in your face. So we're just gonna see how this goes. And I mean, I know it said plum shimmers in the description, but the photos just look more like red pink to me. So I'm just wondering, will I be able to get away with using a red pink topper? Let's see. Oh, looks like an olive. Okay. Okay, so definitely getting shimmer there. I think that with this, it almost is making me feel like the base color needs to be darker. And like I mentioned, I don't often wear polishes in this color scheme, so this is really the only polish I have that's like that kind of murky olive green. But you know what, we're gonna keep chugging along and see. So next, Petals on the Surface. Okay, let's see what this one does. This is one of my favorite polishes from Cracked. It's just, I mean, look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. So it's, you know, now it's the question of, in terms of Murky Intentions, if I had to choose which one is looking closer to Murky Intentions, I would say the left option, the Fancy Gloss Let It Glow Red Pink. Even though I do get some hints of pink in the in some of the swatch photos from Murky Intentions, the main color that's popping out seems to have more of like a red to it, and some pink, whereas I think Petals on the Surface, the issue here is that it's veering a bit into the range of purple, which isn't what or magenta, I would say, which isn't really what I want here. So did I nail it? I would say not quite, because of what I mentioned about how I just don't have in my collection an olive green polish that's just a couple of shades like deeper or darker than this. But for those of you who do, if you do have that color, like a murky green base, and you do have a shimmer topper like this, I really encourage you to test that out first and see if you might be able to dupe it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these look in other lighting, especially once I put top coat on them. So let's see how those look. The final polish for this video is Phoenix Indie Polish Wonderland, and it's described as having a light pink jelly base with pink iridescent micro flakies and turquoise reflected glitter. So this is one that I chose for, again, getting out of my comfort zone, choosing other types of polishes that I myself might not wear, but that I know that are in the kind of color family that many of you all tend to gravitate towards. So I want to make sure that you all feel represented in these videos too. Also, it has a cap of only 50 polishes will be available, and these are 11 milliliter bottles. So, I mean, I'm just saying, this is one that the photos look great. It's connected to like a Lady Gaga song, so that might draw some people in. So just be on the lookout if this is a polish that is very high on your list. Okay, so as I was going through my collection, trying to figure out which polishes could maybe work for this, knowing that I don't really have pink iridescent micro flakies or turquoise reflective glitter, but I do have crack polish Ghoul's Garden, which let me put on the side right here. It's pink and turquoise. Look at that. Ooh. It's a ghoul. This is a magnetic polish, but for the purpose of this dupe attempt, I'm going to use it unmagnetized. And as far as what I want to try putting on top of this, like I said, I don't have turquoise reflective glitter, but I do have two different types of like pink reflective glitter. The first one on the left is actually both of these are from Cirque Colors. The left is Tiny Dancer, which is like a very light pink, almost blush color reflective glitter. And then on the right is again with Cirque, this one is Sparkling Blush. This one it was a limited edition polish, so unfortunately I don't believe it's no longer available on the Cirque website, but if you happen to find this in a D-stash, I highly recommend it. So what I want to do is just see how these compare. I know we're not going to get turquoise reflective glitter, but maybe could it be the case that putting some kind of pink reflective glitter on here will help to bring out the turquoise that's in Ghoul's Garden? I guess we'll see. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, I saved like this one for last. Wow. Oh, that I'm sorry. I'm literally speechless right now. That's because I was excited when I bought Ghoul's Garden, but then when I tried wearing this like magnetized, it just didn't really work on me. Or let me rephrase, the magnetic pigment and everything worked great. It didn't work for me in terms of like, it didn't give me the kind of look that I wanted for myself, and in terms of like the colors that work best and play up against my skin tone. But I think that leaving it unmagnetized and then putting reflective glitter on top of it, that is gorgeous. Okay, now let's try Sparkling Blush. You know, they're like, as much as I love using magnetic polishes, I do think that sometimes there are polishes that are magnetics technically, but like you might find that you personally will get the better your preferred use out of it by just keeping it unmagnetized. And I'm starting to think that that might be the case for me in Ghoul's Garden. Okay, look how sparkly that is. Okay, yep, this is the winner right here. Yep. Okay. And sorry, I kind of nicked the nail there at some point, but that's fine. I think that, you know, yeah, this ended up doing exactly what I was hoping that it would. That with sparkling blush on the right, somehow the like more almost neon pink, like Barbie pink reflective glitters are somehow helping the turquoise to be more prominent there. As I'm moving this around a bit, like on the right, I can absolutely see this lovely convergence of pink and turquoise. On the left, I still do like what I'm seeing here, but I think that the using Tiny Dancer as a topper over Ghoul's Garden seems to play up more against the base color of Ghoul's Garden, and it almost seems to have dampened the turquoise color that's running throughout that polish. So I mean, did I nail it in as far as like trying to dupe Wonderland? I think that this combination of Ghoul's Garden plus sparkling blush is pretty good, and one that I absolutely will be wearing as a full manicure at some point. But I think that you know, Tiny Dancer isn't bad to use, but I would be curious to see if any of y'all have other types of pink reflective glitters that are more in alignment with like sparkling blush, how that result would be. But yeah, I'm going to put probably, I don't think I need a glitter smoother on this. I'm probably just gonna put some top coat on this, then show it in some other lighting, and then we'll wrap up.
So that was a lot of swatching, but it was a lot of fun. I know in these Did I Nail It videos, I think I typically only do 5 polishes, but like I said in the beginning of this video, for this month's HHC, there's just so many out there. I just had to squeeze in a 6th one, and I'm really glad that I did, because now I think that I have found a way for me to wear Ghoul's Garden, which is a polish I've been wanting to wear, but I just never thought of putting reflective glitter on top of it. But see, science, it's fun. Anyway, I would love to hear from you all and about what's on your HHC wish list for this month. Were any of these polishes on there? Do you have any other ones you would like to see duped? Let me know. And as always, thank you all so much for being part of this channel and watching these videos, and just letting me know about how these videos have been helping you to find more creative options for your own nail polish journeys. That really makes me so happy to hear. So I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.